Well, chances are you know someone who's under the weather this flu season. It has been brutal on North Texas, and you know what? It is only going to get worse. In just the last week, Cook Children's in Fort Worth has seen 429 flu patients. In Dallas Children's Health, 275 cases. But this year, it's not just the very young and the very old in danger. 6 people have died, some in their 50s and 60s. And tonight, News 8's Lauren Zakalik has a conversation on staying healthy.
Dr. Charette, thanks for meeting with us. I know you guys are slammed right now.
Meet Cook Children's pediatrician Dr. Vanessa Charette, who is seeing lots of flu cases.
It's a very early peak. A lot of times flu doesn't hit till a little bit later in the year, so we're anticipating that we'll still see a lot of flu over the next 2 months.
So at what point do you need to see a doctor?
So if you are in a high-risk category where you really need to get Tamiflu treatment, we suggest that you see the doctor as soon as you have symptoms of the flu. And that would include children 2 years and under, adults over 65, and then people who have other medical conditions, so things like asthma or heart disease or diabetes.
What would you recommend as the best over-the-counter remedies for flu?
At home, the best things to do are to keep yourself hydrated. You want to do lots of fluids, and then a fever reducer such as ibuprofen or acetaminophen, which will also help with the kind of aches and pains that you can get from the flu. For a young, healthy adult, they could certainly manage at home with the fluids and fever reducers, but if they're feeling like they're not able to take enough fluids, they're having difficulty breathing, they're having chest pain with cough, then of course they need to see a doctor.
Some of our kiddos are going back to school this week. Some are going back at the beginning of next week. Do you think schools should be taking extra precautions to make sure that this is not being passed along?
Well, I think the main things to prevent flu are the usual things we do to prevent respiratory infections. And I think it'll be more kind of the routine hand washing, keeping sick children home rather than a deep cleaning.
How detrimental is it to go back to work or back to school before you've fully healed?
Yeah, it really just increases the risk of spreading the flu to everyone around you.
Well, Dr. Charette, thank you for your time, and stay safe and healthy out there.
Thank you. I usually do, and I got my flu shot this year.
And I did too.